Here in Tel Aviv are a lot of fresh new companies. Startup Nation Israel. Why is that so? I'm Manuel Koch and I will talk to a few people here. Joining me now is Joni Asia. He's the CEO of eToro, the social trading platform here in Tel Aviv. Thank you so much for joining us, Joni.
Thank you very much for coming here.
So you're existing over 10 years now, and we see a lot of people are working here. Are you sometimes surprised how big it got already?
I always believed that we're able to build a very large company, a very large fintech company, and I'm very proud that we've gotten to be 750 employees worldwide.
Especially Tel Aviv is a fintech or startup hub. Why is it so good to found a company here?
I think that generally there's a lot of innovation in Israel and a lot of great tech people in Israel. I've been in tech since I was 13, and I think the advantage that we have in Europe is that we're very much focused across Europe. We're very close to Europe, and we're able, therefore, to innovate and launch products in multiple European countries.
Are Israeli people especially more into trading than maybe German people?
I don't think necessarily more into trading, but I think definitely there's a lot of innovation today around fintech in Israel. And because the local ecosystem is very small, most fintech entrepreneurs in Israel would automatically approach the global markets. The European markets are the closest ones, so a lot of the fintech innovation coming from Israel will automatically go into Europe.
It is a special place, and it is actually a perfect match for German companies, because what's going on now with Industry 4.0 and this need for new technologies in order to tackle the challenges we're facing with digitalization, Israel is the perfect spot. It's a paradise, a heaven of startups. We have deep technologies in all the leading fields and all the verticals, such as cybersecurity, Industry 4.0, and all the others. And that's why actually it is the perfect match. Also, you have to keep in mind we're only 4 hours flight away from each other, same time zone, very similar business culture, so it's actually quite obvious that we need to work together.
You guys were called the Startup Nation. What do you do differently maybe companies do in Germany? Do you have a better environment here, maybe also a better political environment for startups?
Yes, it is a different environment, and Israel became a startup nation due to different reasons. One of them is, of course, the local market, which is not existent. Israel is a small country which had no natural resources at the beginning, no water, no other natural resources. So we always had, from the beginning, the urge to go abroad to find foreign markets. This is one thing. Second, Israeli is in this political, sociological, and economical situation you might know from the news, which means we have quite some problems we had to tackle, such as lack of water, such as political instability, and this made people very creative. It made people being willing to take risks. We are a risk-taking society, and it also made the society grow very close. In addition, we have a very strong military. Every boy must go to serve the army for 3 years, girls go for 2 years, and the military also serves in a few functions. One, it is a technology education institute. Second, it mixes and matches society. It means it makes us close and it makes us intertwined and interacting. So I think those are all given together, mixing all those factors, made Israel a startup nation. In addition to that, the state was involved from a very early time. Already in the early 90s, the state has invested in the startup scene, given venture capital, spread it around the country, opened venture capitals, and this also was very helpful.
We see all kinds of startups in all high technology areas, like in fintech, cybersecurity, frontier technologies like for autonomous cars, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all areas which are very, very, very great here in Israel, very successful, and lots of money, billions of dollars a year is pouring into the country in order to invest in these new startups.
Why is it easier for them to found their company here instead of maybe in Germany?
It's far easier here than in Germany. First of all, there are all the governmental incentives which help finance R&D, which give you tax incentives so you pay no taxes for a couple of years, which give you a very good tax break as a founder. If you make money, it's a capital tax gain. You don't pay full taxes on it. You have options, which is allowed. There's a special ruling for options in the tax office. Then the whole environment here is a technology environment. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to found their own companies. The culture is all for forming your own entrepreneurial company in the high-tech area.
How many will be successful after some years?
You know, more than half of the startups end up being closed. And then out of the rest, maybe 10% will be extremely successful, making over 3 to 10 times the money. And the rest will be, okay, good companies in any other terms, but not very successful in terms of high-tech terms.
And here in Israel, maybe similar to the US, it's okay to fail and maybe to have a restart.
Yes, the culture here allows you to fail. You cannot try and risk all the time and not fail. You cannot invent everything new all the time and be successful. So you have great entrepreneurs who've done very well, failed one time, failed the second time, and been extremely successful the third time. Look at the example of Steve Jobs at Apple. This is the type of examples everybody wants to follow here.